What is good, everybody? Hello, hello. It is Momentum Monday, and over here for Momentum Monday, what we do is we really help you think about your inner life so that you can build momentum in the direction that you want to go, rather, with a lot of intention, with a lot of belief, with a lot of empowerment so that you can actually get the results that you're after and progress. And the crazy thing is the more that you work on this and the more that you perfect it with these different strategies each week, the easier that it gets, the more fun it feels, and the more you just go with the flow and things start coming to you and things start working out for you. So today, by the title, you can tell that we're going to be talking about belief. So this is good news for anybody that is a to-do lister. Anybody who makes to-do lists, who that is how you've been accustomed to showing up in the world. Like you literally get index cards, you write things down on a piece of paper, you schedule them out, you spend a lot of time thinking through like what's the best way to do this, how are other people doing this, how am I going to squeeze this into my schedule, how is this going to go, if that happens, then what am I going to do over here? You spend a lot of time and energy really working through your to-do list and being busy, doing all the things, taking all the action, and you actually get really amped about that because you feel productive, and productive can feel good. Productive can feel like progress. However, if you are not getting the results that you're ultimately after, I am suggesting that it's possible that's not the list for you, that's not the plan that you want to continue operating under, that's not working out for you, okay? And as I suggest that, I am also offering something different that could be very helpful for you. I know for me, this radically changed my life and the results that I started experiencing in my own life. And so I am super excited to share it with you because I believe that you too can have the same experience. And I also know that it works because it's worked with many of my clients, if not all of them. I know that it has for the ones who's actually given me feedback and shared with me. So here's the thing. If you're somebody that makes a to-do list, just recognize that about yourself and think through the to-do list that you have. Does the to-do list help you believe something different about yourself? Does the to-do list actually achieve the result that you're after? Do you know why you're doing the things that are on your to-do list? Right? Sometimes we just put tasks all over our schedule, right? And then we do them and we kind of murmur, we complain, we just add all that stuff up and we think we're being productive, but we grumble our way through it all. And we actually don't advance and we don't progress. We kind of like we maintain where we're at, okay? So if you are somebody that's like that, just think through how your current to-do list is working out for you and think, is this something that is actually serving me? Maybe I continue to do this week after week, day after day, but is this something that is genuinely serving me? Is it adding value to my life? Am I better for it? Is it helping become more of that future version of myself? Is it helping me believe in who I am and embody more of who that is every day? Try it on, feel it out, see what happens. Okay, now, what is a belief plan? I'm going to break that down for you. So a belief plan, simple. A belief plan is being clear on who it is that you intend to be. Who are you? It's being really clear about your identity so that you can embody that when you show up. And then it's also getting clear on the things that you need to think and the things that you need to believe to fuel your action. So here's the thing. I am not suggesting that action is not effective. What I am saying is that if you are taking all the action, if you're doing all the things, yet you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe really the thoughts that help you embody who you are, that align with who you actually are, you could be doing a whole lot of action and just spinning your wheels and getting nowhere. It's sort of the same effect of just sitting in a rocking chair and going back and forth in the rocking chair. Another example, if you're a visual person, could be like being on a road trip, okay, and you recognize that you've been going for like an hour in the wrong direction, okay? So now you've just added an hour to your trip, and let's say it's a longer trip. That is incredibly frustrating. Sometimes, depending on where you are in your trip, and no matter how tired you are, it can lead to even like a mini meltdown, right? You just start crying because you're just like, I'm just tired and I'm frustrated. And that's not what I intended. And that, my friend, is also what it can feel like when you're doing a ton of work. You're taking a lot of action, you're doing all of the things, yet they're not producing more income, more clients, more of the results that you're actually after. So let me give you an example. An example could be updating or modifying and spending money to change your website when you're not actually going out and meeting people and engaging with people and telling people what you do and how they can work with you. Sometimes we put the cart before the horse, right? So another example could be spending all this time doing your to-do list and not actually connecting with people if you're in a service business, right? We tend to do the things that keep us busy versus the things that actually move the needle. When the thing is, we actually embody who we are and we believe the right things about who we are and what we want to do and what we want to create and why we want to create that. When we actually live from that energy, we do the harder things first that we would normally otherwise put off if we're not believing. Okay. So for example, if you are, let's say you're a designer, okay, and you are maybe rebranding your business and you're concerned that you're not going to have clients. That's what your past maybe has shown you. Like you've had a hard time when you've rebranded before and it takes X amount of months in order to start gaining some traction and gaining clients. Past narratives, past story do not equal current situation or current story or current narrative, okay? Your beliefs create the results. It's not your action, it's your beliefs. So what do you need to believe about yourself as a successful consultant, right? In order to take action, what do you need to believe in order to get the results that you're after, right? So let's say that you want to have 10 clients a month, right? What do you need to believe about yourself so that that is a possible reality to you? Well, first of all, you probably have to believe that it's possible to have 10 clients a month, right? Then you might also need to believe that you are a successful designer, right? There's certain things that you actually have to believe. And if you investigated, the reason that you take all that action is to prove that you are versus being who you are. Do you hear the difference? It's subtle, but when it comes to a frequency or a vibration or a belief, that is sending out a signal into the world. That is communicating what you're ready for and what you're not ready for. Okay. And what we resist persists. Also, what we focus on grows more in our life. So, right, if I don't want to keep having this experience, right, all you focus on is continuing to have similar experiences or continuing to experience things that keep you exactly where you are so that you're stuck, right? Or I really can't afford to not have any clients. But what are you focusing on? How I don't have any clients. And then like that becomes your pattern. So rather than taking action to avoid all of the insecurity and all of the fear, nip that in the bud and shift your belief. You got to shift what's going on inside so that you can move from that confidence, from that conviction, from that faith, and then the results come. And how you know is the results come. They start coming. So maybe people start engaging with you on social media. Maybe people come out of the woodwork, right, that you didn't even reach out to. Maybe you start booking some people and you do start bringing money in. Things start happening that align with your belief. So here's what I'm suggesting on today. You might not be on board with just throwing out your to-do list completely. I hear you. Sometimes it takes a minute. So here is what I am offering you. Throw away your to-do list for 1 week. 1 week and create a belief plan. Okay. So whether you are a consultant, a business owner, a coach, a minister, a leader, a parent, a partner, whatever you might be that you really want to focus on embodying the best and highest version of what that is, create a belief plan for this. Okay. So if I really believe that I could bring in, let's say that I am a 500K business owner. I bring in, right, $500,000 annually in my business. Like that's the type of business owner that I am, right? I'm a 6-figure consultant. I'm a 6-figure coach. I'm a 6-figure designer. I'm a six-figure, whatever, right? Name whatever that is that you're believing for. Like, who are you going to embody? Be super clear on that, what that is. One of the things that I do as well, I will just even say, I am a child of the Most High God, right? So if that's so, how does a child of the Most High God operate? Am I actually thinking, believing like a child of the Most High God, or am I acting like an orphan? Big difference, right? So if I actually get clear on what I need to believe, then that's what I pour my energy into. That's what I pour my intention into. And that's what I stir up my faith for. And then I go to work. With me? So come up with, I believe that I am, and whatever follows, I am, you're manifesting in your life, right? That's what you're partnering with. That's what you're agreeing with. So I am what? Okay. That's first line. And then below that, what are all the thoughts that you need to think and all of the beliefs that you need to have in order to literally line up with or partner with that by faith? Okay, not by fear, not by doubt, not by insecurity, not by negativity, not by comparison, not by opinion, but by faith. Okay, and faith is the substance of things hoped for, which you just outlined, and the evidence of things unseen. So you right now, by doing a belief plan, are creating evidence for the things that are not seen. Tracking? Okay, so what are the things that you need to believe to be, in this example, a six-figure consultant, six-figure entrepreneur, whatever it is for you? What are the things that you need to think and that you need to believe for that to be so? Build out your plan, right? That I am a wealth generator, right? I am a wealth generator, right? I am constantly receiving divine downloads and creative strategies to bring more value and to be of higher service to the world. My gifts and talents and the things that I allow God to create through me are worthy of being highly compensated. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you start thinking the things that you need to believe for that to be true. And then what starts to happen? Your whole inside start changing, right? And as you go out in the world and you embody this belief plan wherever you go and all that you think, say, and do, right? And you you think things by faith, you declare them by faith, right? And especially partnering this with God's word, because God's word does not return void. So it's so important to have truth to stand on, right? And then you behave like it by faith. You're doing this all by faith, okay? As you go out and you interact and embody, right, this self that you are, you start to believe it. You start to really practice what it feels like to be in faith and to believe. And when it is so in you, so it is. You start seeing the results and you start seeing the evidence. But what we have a tendency to do and how we are trained to show up is to do, to produce. And we don't know why we're doing it. We're not clear on how off our energy is, right? Because what you think is a vibration, right? What you speak, your tone, your words, that is a frequency that you're sending out and saying what you're available for, right? And even how we behave is also speaking into what we're ready for and what we're prepared for and what we can handle. So if you don't like it, you've got to change that in your inner man. You can't just keep doing more action and expect that the action is going to change outcomes. You could be doing all the things, but again, all the things could only be leading you to burnout and overwhelm, only to get back to this place where ultimately you still have to decide, what am I going to believe? What do I need to think so that I can show up and actually create what it is that I want in my life and what actually represents who I am, right? Because that never feels good when you take all this action and then you just keep producing, right? But you feel like you're not getting anywhere. That is so frustrating and exhausting, right? So what I want to encourage you with today is to just for 1 week, okay? You don't have to do this for your whole life yet, but for 1 week, throw out the to-do list. So instead of filling in everything on making a list and filling it all in on your planner or your Outlook calendar, whatever you use, your virtual calendar, your Google calendar, whatever you use, instead of doing that whole thing, Create a belief plan. What is it that you are actually believing for? Who are you becoming? That tells you who you get to embody every day, right? And then as you start really paying attention and becoming more self-aware, who are you actually embodying? Are you embodying somebody with faith? Are you embodying somebody with conviction? Are you embodying somebody that knows that this result is inevitable? Like, what are you actually embodying? Are you embodying insecurity? Are you embodying doubt? Are you embodying fear? Are you embodying anxiety, right? The word actually says, the word of God says, without faith, it is impossible to please God, right? So it's like running up against a wall all the time when you're not believing. You're taking all of this action, and that could be a total waste. It could be. These are just suggestions. I'm just encouraging you to do an investigation and check it out and see what happens, okay? So who do you need to embody? Who are you believing to show up in your life, right? Like, God put all of this gold, all of this potential in you. Who did he have in mind when he created you? What has he been speaking to you? Who are you? Be so clear on who that is, and that is your starting point. Now, if you are going to believe that you actually are that person, what do you need to think and what do you need to believe? And then create as many thoughts come to you. Just do a download of what all of those thoughts and what all those beliefs are. And when you get triggered, and you will, that is also when you start doing your belief work. Go back to your belief plan. Whoop, I'm not going to believe that. That's not what I'm believing this week. Just do it for a week and you can keep building, right? Just like we do challenges for fitness or drinking gallons of water or, the 75 hard challenge or whatever people do, right? Just like we do challenges that are physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, this is a challenge as well, right? It is a belief challenge and it comes from creating a belief plan, okay? So anytime that you get triggered, anytime that you're noticing like, whoop, I'm out of alignment, which is really what this is, our beliefs really help us to align with whatsoever is pure, lovely, noble, praiseworthy, whatsoever is true, right? So as we align with what's true and with what we set out to do, we start building our beliefs. Something is shifting on the inside of us and it gets easier and easier. And in true form of Momentum Monday, we start getting pulled into our future, right? We're like a magnet being pulled into the good plans and the wonderful new and the great things that God has for us, right? When we're not being intentional, we let other things start get to us and we kind of like shrink, okay? And that's when it gets overwhelming and heavy, and rightfully so. We're letting ourselves like implode almost, okay? So whatever is in you needs to be stronger than what's on the outside of you, is what I'm suggesting, to really help you move forward in a very powerful and intentional and aligned way, okay? So that is your homework on today, is just to consider, am I a to-do list type person, like just super action oriented? And how's that been working out for me? Am I exhausted? Is it really stressing my work-life balance? If that's even a thing for me, maybe I'm just a holic of some kind. Do I feel like I'm investing in my relationships the way I want to? Am I really creating space in my life to create? Do I embody the joy that I know that I'm here to express, right? Just think about, how is your to-do list system working for you, okay? Is it leading you into burnout, stress, and overwhelm where you're constantly murmuring and complaining? Have you lost your gratitude? Like, who are you becoming with a to-do list, okay? Just be aware, just do an inventory. Now, for 1 week, throw that away and create a belief plan and work that sucker for a week, okay? Start with it in the morning, have some time reading through that, go through your beliefs throughout the day, particularly when you're triggered, get them back out, put them on your phone, speak them into your voice recorder if you have to, and just play that, whatever you need to do, but make sure that you're constantly rehearsing and literally shifting your insides to agree with where you're headed so that you can close that gap from what you see and where you are. You can close that gap. It's just like the prophetic. Prophetic is like foreshadowing. Okay, so a lot of times God will give us glimpses of where we're going, but there's a process involved, and your belief can accelerate that process, your belief in your obedience, okay? So this is all about taking aligned action. It's not that action in and of itself is good, bad, right, or wrong, none of that, but it's about if you just take unconscious action because you should or you have to, or you just keep going through these motions and just running up against a wall, something's got to give. And my suggestion to you on today is that instead of a to-do list, it is a belief plan, okay? So as this video stops, take time to write out your belief plan and what you need to think and believe to create what it is that you want in your life. And I want to hear below if this message blessed you, if this is like, how come I haven't thought of that? Like, it's so simple, but so true. Like, I keep vibing at a frequency that I'm not about. It's not reflective of who I am at all. If this actually speaks to you, let me know below. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure that you do that. That is the best way to know when new videos come out. This is also a great video to comment, like, share. I love to hear what resonates with you. And you can always copy this link and share it with a friend as well. And then as far as connecting, I'm going to put all of my information below this video. So make sure you like, subscribe, and until next time, stay blessed.